Hey everyone, it's Crystal Neath, your intuitive tarot reader, and I'm here with your May 29th, 2019 daily tarot reading. This reading is for any and everyone who finds their way to this video. I hope these messages help you in some way to make your day a little bit easier. So the first card that we have out is the Mountains. We have the Key, and we have the Anchor, along with, from the Thoth deck, Victory. Okay. So it's funny because the first card out speaks of a major obstacle in your way today. Um it speaks of things that we create in our minds as obstacles, like real life obstacles, delays, traffic. It can represent just you're on your path to doing something and you just feel like, whether it's a boss who's an asshole, or whether it's a negative comment or message somebody sends you and it feels a bit like a block. This is what this card is. It speaks of the obstacle, but it also speaks about maybe this obstacle is present for you to face it and conquer it. So, like the deer in this card, it is patient. It knows that I will get through this. Whatever this obstacle is, I will conquer it. I will not let these barriers stand in the way to what it is that I want to achieve today. And I think that's just kind of how life is sometimes. It's crazy because, you would hear all these things growing up about, well, God will test you and the devil will test you and things. And, regardless of what your spiritual or religious preference is, I think we can all collectively agree it's always something that just kind of, I don't want to say that, but that kind of tests you to see if you're really about what it is that you say you are. If you say, I am this person who lives in light and I dwell in truth, even when an obstacle, negativity, comes your way, will you still stand in that moment? Will you still stand in that energy? And of course, we're not robots. We have to balance both. But I think once you conquer that, it helps when you are faced with these negative obstacles or these time delays, so you don't get so frustrated with yourself or the situation and lose patience and just say, oh, forget it, I'm turning back around. This is not the card that's saying turn back around. It's saying figure out how to get over this mountain, figure out how to get past this obstacle. And it carries more of a negative energy. And I think that life is about that. You don't get into this place of light or happiness or peace. Yes, you will see the negative energy dwindle down, of course, because where you vibrate at is, the kind of like the tribe that you attract. But also keep in mind, you will have darkness that will test you. You have dark people who will come to try to test that. You have fraudulent, fake, phony people who will try to test you because of the light that they see within you that they wish they had within themselves, called energy vampires, negative people, haters, whatever you want to call them. And sometimes it can just simply be, man, I sent that paperwork 2 weeks ago. What do you mean it's not there right now? It's this level of patience that you have, but also courage to conquer and to face those obstacles when they do come about, so that you can block them, get over them, and move on to the next card, which is the Key. And the Key speaks about this energy of either locking yourself into a situation that can feel like entrapped, or it speaks of this energy of being, freedom. It really speaks of freedom, being brought out of a situation. And there is still some type of mystery associated with this card. So it's saying that you have the keys to get wherever it is that you need to go. I think what makes it annoying is the fact that we can feel it in our heart. It's kind of like when you're chasing a dream and you can feel it. You know it. You know this is what you're meant to do. You can, all the synchronicities have lined up to show you, but it's still some sort of mystery there because you still don't know. But I think when we follow our heart and when we follow our passions and when we come from a place of love, somehow we always get that key gifted to us from God, from the universe, to unlock whatever new mysteries that we've discovered, or whatever new realities we've came to face. Some of you, this will be, you all have been facing obstacles and today you get the key to unlock you into the answer, or the key that gives you the next piece of the puzzle that you need. But it still says, and for some of you, this will be with love. For some of you, this will be with passion projects. For some of you, this will be with, it can really be anything. But the key is normally very positive. I think a lot of the energy around this will be the key that unlocks security in your life. And that's when we move on to the anchor. Okay, and like I said, it does kind of have an undertone of, keys can be looked at as a fearful thing if you're being locked into jail. But the only way you get locked in a situation is if you allow that negativity or that barrier to block you completely from getting to where you need to go. Obviously, this mountain is like, oh my God, where am I going to go now? But you can find little passageways. You can climb over the mountain. You can find a magical deer and ride on the back of it. You have to use your imagination, but either you can lock yourself into this blockage that comes up today, or either you can use this key to unlock some new form of stability or security within your life. So like I said, with the anchor, it speaks about financial security, stability, and grounding you where you need to be. And I think sometimes when we get to these places that are uneasy, or we feel like obstacles constantly keep coming our way, we have to ground ourselves. Like, this is a great grounding stone. I don't know if you all can see that, but that is red jasper. Matter of fact, I think I might take some of this to sleep with me today and see how that works tonight and see how that works. But anyway, just grounding stones like red jasper are really good to use during meditation. When you feel a little uneasy, like things are not going the way that you need them to, or you feel like you just need to be back rooted into your purpose and what you're doing. So yes, that's what that's about. Now, the last card we have, of course, is victory, stating that if you allow yourself to unlock the key to whatever the victory is today that is there for you. Well, I'll put it like this: as long as you don't allow the obstacle to get in the way of this newfound tool or piece of the puzzle that you need, you will unlock this security, whether it's mental security or stability, or it's love security or stability, or it's spiritual, but you will have some victory to look forward to today. So this is really, really great energy overall. Everything has to balance itself out, but we definitely have more positive energy here. And if we can get over our impatient behavior, if we can get over, sending the trolls back to where they belong and focus on the victory and keep the main goal in sight, we don't have an issue here. So you are really great energy. If you need to get a reading with me, you can always do so by emailing me at crystalneath@gmail.com. Besides that, have an amazing day, and I will see you tomorrow.